So good morning, everybody. My name is Olani Yoremilekun Desmond. Then, as you have known that I'm an AI engineer. So today we will be starting a new course, which is about building LLM from scratch. So we will be taking through this man's course this man's course. So it's like a 34 days stretch of of building your own ChatGPT from the scratch. So we want to teach you how you can code or write your own program, your own ChatGPT. So in this instance, you will be able to do or create your own GPT, and you can modify, fine tune, and do a lot of amazing things in the world of data science and AI. So all credits goes to um, this tutorial by Vizuara. So and I'm giving him all accolades because it is his lecture that we're going to be using. So what I will just be doing here is I'll be expanding, then I'll be breaking it down some of the complex concepts which most beginners find difficult to understand. So I'm going to be going through them one after the other. Then I'm going to be explaining complex instances. Then also make it easy for beginners to understand. So this will be a 34-day stretch program training. So I hope that you will get an amazing hint from there. So this is a live class actually. This is a live class. Then we have people who are just beginning, who are just learning the whole stuff. So if you have any other question as well, you can as well ask your question. So we will get started. So let's get started by starting with discuss. Just join me, listen, then we'll be starting the course. So,
Introductory lecture in this series, which is titled Build a Large Language Model from Scratch. My name is Dr. Raj Dandekar. I graduated from IIT Madras with a Btech in Mechanical Engineering in 2017. After that, I did my PhD from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. I graduated from MIT with a PhD in Machine Learning in 2022. Since then, I've come back to India and we are all on a mission to basically make AI accessible to everyone. At Vizuara, which is our YouTube channel, we have made several playlists now on machine learning, on deep learning, and the main approach or the philosophy which we really follow when we teach is to teach everything from the basics, not to assume anything, teach you the nuts and bolts of every single concept.
so yeah, what he was trying to say is that this class is going to teach you every single concept um, around ChatGPT or LLM. What is LLM? LLM means large language model. So let me allow him continue before I start explaining some of the deep concepts.
The real reason behind this series is that, as we all know, large language models and generative AI are transforming everything around us. Startups are forming in this space, companies are switching to large language models for various tasks. The jobs in this field are rising a lot. But many people, when they are learning about this field, are making one common mistake. They directly switch to the applications. They directly run some Google Colab notebook. They follow some YouTube video and directly run a code. But very few people really understand how large language models actually work. Very few people actually know the nuts and the bolts which make large language models really so powerful. Wouldn't it be amazing if you can build a large language model completely from scratch? Wouldn't that make you feel very confident about this subject? Very few people have this knowledge right now, and I'm making this YouTube playlist, which will be a very comprehensive playlist showing you everything about building an LLM from scratch. The way I'm making this playlist, or the way I will make videos in this playlist, is to teach you everything from the basics as a beginner without assuming anything. And at the end of this playlist, you will have built an LLM from scratch successfully all by yourself. You will see that after this point, everything which comes later, all the application parts, everything will just start seeming extremely easy to you. So that's the whole philosophy behind making this lecture series. It takes a huge amount of effort on our part to make this series because, as you will see, and I'll show you in some time, to make every lecture, we are going to make detailed lecture notes. I'll share those lecture notes with you, and all the videos in this series will be available completely for free. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you a bit about my story of learning LLMs. Then I'm going to tell you a bit about what exists right now, the material which is already available on the internet for learning LLMs, why it is so inadequate, why it is so insufficient, and what we are trying to do new with this playlist. So let's get into the video. So let me take you back in time a bit to show you how large language models looked like in maybe 1960s. Uh,
So, what he has been saying earlier is that um, most beginners, most people who are just coming into data science, right, have this way of just thinking that they can just go to YouTube, download codes, run the codes, and between 1 month they start calling themselves AI engineer, ML engineer, this engineer, and this data scientist. But certain principles and ideologies around what makes this, what makes that, they don't understand. So when it comes to certain points, they get stuck and they get confused. So they get frustrated in that instance. So, but that mistake was that they did not take the time to get the root understanding of how some of these underlying technologies work. But this is what this playlist will be doing justice to. So, and my own essence here is to break down, because I have so many people that we are working on this project together, that they have raised concerns that they were not understanding it, that they were beginners, so it was complicated to them. So they were not really catching up some things. Yet at first, for beginners, it might look something absurd, it might look something not clear. So, but that is the reason why I'm even here. That's the reason I'm even playing the video for you. That's the reason I'm going through this. So there's no need for me to play the video for you. And I do not have the intention of reproducing what has been done already. No, but my own goal here is to make you understand, bring it to your level. You know, he is a doctor, so he will be teaching on the basis of his doctoral degree experience. So, but me, I'm this local teacher. I don't mean local in that local sense. Like I have the ability to break things, complex things down for people, and so far so good. Some most of my students have loved me for that. So that is the reason I'm playing the whole video for you. So I'll be pausing it at some point, then I'll be explaining some concepts to you. So you can, the essence is that you understand everything that this playlist is all about as a beginner. I'm not talking about middle people or advanced people who are in the field already. No, you do. I can't teach you. You guys are not. But this particular tutorial is for beginners who are finding it difficult to assimilate what doctor has been saying. So that's why I will play the video. So I'll also be explaining some of the deep concept as well. So in this place where you see a lizard, so this was the first AI back in the days of 1960s. This was how AI looks like. So in those days, algorithm were built to answer specific questions, and in fact I think this is the first official AI system in the days of 1960 and 1940. So let's continue with the video as I explain what ELISA means. So by then we will be explaining some of the deeper concepts again. But if you have any question, please you can drop your questions to me, or you can send your questions to my DM. Or we also have various communities like DSN. So I'm also a bona fide member of DSN Futa, where you can also join the community of data scientist network Futa, where you can get deep understanding. We are doing amazing things in DSN Futa. Believe me, the guys there are powerful. And also I want to take this note to appreciate my leader leading the DSN community in Futa. The person of Mr. Lekon is one of the amazing leader I've ever seen in the field of AI. My leader, Mr. Lekon, has been wonderful. He has been a leader indeed. So I'm using this opportunity to do shout out to Mr. Lekon and all the bosses in DSN community Futa. But in case you are finding it difficult to know what DSN means, let me just quickly show you what DSN means. DSN Nigeria, or DSN network. Data science system. Data is a data scientist. The name is data. Let me show you. So this is DSM, Data Science Nigeria. This is a community of AI where where you can learn everything about AI, machine learning, data science, and it is one of the largest AI community in Nigeria and in Africa. Believe me, it is a very internationally recognized organization of AI. So it was established in 2016, and we have amazing things. So if you come here, you can see a whole lot of information about AI, about DSN, about every cool, amazing things you are doing in Nigeria and in Africa. So you may want to join any community. You may want to join any community of your choice. So if you are a student, you can join DSN campuses. For example, let me click here. So I am a part of DSN community, DSN Futa. So I'm part of the community there, and Mr. Lekon Olalekon is our current leader as of today that I'm making this video. He's an amazing person, and I so much love the data foot DSN community in Futa. We are amazing people, and we strive for the best. We are always the best. GSN footer are always the best. But that's by it actually. So you can decide to join any part of the community. So you can see we have various communities across all kinds of institutions. For those of you who are in Ibadan, let me see if I can. Okay, this is my own community, DSN campus footer. So let me see DSN UI if UI. Okay, this is DSN UI. So DSN UI. So you may want to join them, or whichever school that you pick, you may want to join. Then if you are not a student, you can also um, join our community. So for DSN City, let me go to DSN City. So in case you are not a student and you wish to join the community, so you can join any of the. Can you see we have DSN? Let me see DSN. Okay, we don't have community. Do we have Oyo? This is for you. Let me see, DSL community Oyo. I don't think we are, but you can join any community of your choice. So you can join any community of your choice. So that is by the way. So this is just a branch, right? To what DSN means. And you can take mentorship, you can do a lot of things in DSN. So let's come back to our video. So doctor is trying to explain how or what AI looks like in 1960, and which what we first known to be AI in 1960 days is this ELIZA. So let's see how ELIZA works. You know, we have ChatGPT in this era, but in the 1960s, what we have was ELIZA, and this was what ELIZA is performing. Let us see what.
or where the field of natural language processing was really about 50 to 60 years back. So this is one of the first chatbots which humans developed. It's called as Eliza. It was supposed to be a therapist, and let's see how it works. So first this interface asks me to choose my language, so I'm choosing English. Let's go ahead. So then Eliza tells me, how do you do? Please tell me your problem. So then let me type, I am trying to learn about large language models, but I am finding it difficult. Could you provide some resources for me to start with?
So my point is this: you do not need a big audience to make money online with school.
Sorry about that.
Then Eliza asks, is it because you're trying to learn about large language models that you came to me? Then I say yes. And then Eliza says, you seem to be quite positive. And then I say yes. And then Eliza says, you are sure. You see, this conversation is proceeding nowhere. This was the state of large language models 50 to 60 years back. 50 to 60 years back. It's not very good, right? Fast forward to Chat GPT.
So what he was trying to demonstrate for you is that in 1960 days, the AI that we have then was not really performing well as what we have now. But that served as the foundation for what we have now. But in those days, Eliza did not provide a real conversational chat as though we have it here. I think you can also get it from Mass work. Let me see if you can um, get that Mass Mass. Uh, Let me see is Mass work art Mass work art slash Eliza. I'm coming if it's what we can see. Eliza. If it's what we can see. Okay. I'm not sure if I get the domains very right. I just that's what. Okay, let's just continue. So the point is, in 1960s days, this AI is not working perfectly. So let's see what has transpired. So there has been this development over time and constant improvement of what we know from Eliza to current ChatGPT that everybody now uses. So let's continue.
Years back. It's not very good, right? Fast forward to Chat GPT and you ask, what are large language models? Or let me ask the same thing which I asked over here. I am trying to learn about large language models. tell me some resources. And then you will see the response by ChatGPT. It's extremely useful, it's to the point, and it gives me books, it gives me online courses, it gives me research papers. This is exactly what I need. So you see, this simple illustration shows that we are living in an age where we should be very lucky that the research on natural language processing and large language models is at such a stage where LLMs such.
So we have now seen that the current ChatGPT is better than what we have in 1960. But he's saying something about LLM. What is LLM? So because the goal is to break bigger concepts down. So what is LLM? Let's go to ChatGPT. Let's go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Uh, let's go to ChatGPT. You can come over to this side. You can come over here because you were obstructing the video. So let me readjust it. Let me readjust it. So um, let's go to ChatGPT. Hold on. ChatGPT. So, let me ask it a simple question. You can adjust your chair so that you will not catch. Um, sorry. Let me. What? Um, let me see. Explain the term LLM for me as a beginner. So let me do that and I run. So and I believe that this is what you can also do for you to get deeper understanding. So I'm just teaching you how to go about it. So once you hear something that you do not understand, you can pause it, come to ChatGPT, let it explain to you, and when you fully get it, you go back to the video. So the goal is not for you to rush or to quickly complete the uh, the the playlist, but the goal is for you to understand it. So that's why I took it this way. I pause the video, come to ChatGPT, explain, read, understand, then go back to the video. So this is what I want everyone to be doing, so that you can get the whole full scope. So as a beginner, the term LLM, because you will be hearing a lot of LLM from doctor. So the term LLM stands for large language model. So it refers to the type of artificial intelligence model that is designed to understand and generate human-like text. So one of the things is that they are trained on vast amount of data, like to learn patterns, grammar, facts, reasoning capabilities, and a whole lot. So the key features of large language models, one, we say they are large. So LLM are large because they have billions or billions of parameters, which are the internal configuration of the model, which uses to make prediction. So more parameters typically means the model can capture more complex pattern in the language. That's why we call it large language model. So that's the meaning of LLM. So in case you're hearing LLM from a from doctor, you should know that it is a model. It is an AI model that is built to predict or act as a secondary human language to understand human language and also make some prediction based on human language. Then or do more complex um, and they are built with large data sets. So the model is a machine learning algorithm that predicts the next word sequence word based on the concept. So some people call it algorithm, AI algorithm, but I think the right word to use is AI model. So, and model is ML algorithm. So, can you now see the reason we should not use AI algorithm? Rather, you should use AI model. So, for beginners, it's called AI model, ML model. So, LLM, like language models. Well, algorithms are the like internal structure of how those things. So let's get back, and there are examples of what LLM can do. LLM can answer a question, they can summarize your text, they can generate text, they can do language translation, they can perform chatbots, and we also have GPT. So GPT means generative pre-trained transformer. Generative pre-trained transformer. So the technology behind tools like ChatGPT, that means they generate text. So if you put in some things, they generate more text and add it. Get, so that's why they are called generative. So we have various type of generative models. We have image generation, we have video generation, right? We even have audio generation. Yes, so we now even have text generation. At least for now, these are the four main generative models or things that generative retained transformers can do and generate text, images, videos, and audios. So, but there are underlining technologies now, which will be coming on soon, which will be moving away from AGI to ASI, which we will be talking. What's the meaning of AGI? What's the meaning of ASI? AG, we'll be learning about that maybe in our subsequent. Or let me even say it. Let me is what is AGI and ASI? So um, So, and we also have BERT. Google is the one that uses this one most times. So, BERT means bidirectional encoder representation from transformer. So, this is another way that Google achieved their own chatbot. It's often used for tasks like search engine optimization and understanding text. So, we also have Lambda, which is a language model for dialogue application developed by Google for conversational AI. So uh, you will learn that. So the AGI and ASI that I said earlier is AGI means artificial general intelligence, which is AGI refers to an AI system that has the ability to perform any intellectual task that a human being can do, and it is sometimes called strong AI or human level AI. So it has the capacity to learn and apply wisdom across range, and this is the level where we are in the current AI space. So, but in the nearest future, we are going to this space, ASI, which is artificial super intelligence, in which ASI refers to an AI system that surpasses human understanding. Hmm. If as at now we are in AGI, we are in AGI era. Listen, oh, if as at now we are in AGI era and there is nothing on this earth that AI cannot do for you, as at now, believe me, you AI can fake things, AI can fake videos, AI can fake pictures, AI can do a whole lot of terrible things and a whole lot of amazing things. So, what if we now get to this era, which is ASI, which is artificial super intelligence? That means the AI will now surpass human intelligence. That is, AI will now be more intelligent than human. If we get to this stage, that means something will solve. AI will now be able to do virtually everything, including creativity, scientific reasoning, social skills. AI will be able to perform anything at all that you may think of, and I'm looking forward to that time, to that era. So let's come back to our
such as GPT are very powerful, they are very sophisticated. If you're not familiar with ChatGPT, that's fine. We are going to be building our own GPT in this playlist, so you'll learn about it along the way. But I showed you this demonstration for you to appreciate the times we are living in right now. LLMs have become really powerful, and that's the first motivation to really learn about them. There are several more things which are happening as I'm making this video. Facebook released their Llama 3.1, which is one of their most capable large language models up till date. And this is an open source model, which means that the entire architecture of the model is available for free, or rather, it's available to the public. Anyone can see the architecture. The models released by OpenAI are usually closed.
So, what doctor is trying to tell you here is that there are two types of available models we have now. We have closed source, we have open source. So closed source models are models which their parameters, their weights are not made available. They are developed internally, and their weight especially are not really released. So they are proprietary models. So for companies, they are proprietary models for companies. So and we have open source models too, which are typically models that are for for the general public, which you can modify and you can make adjustments to, you can fine tune. So their weights are publicly available. So doctor is not trying to do a comparison between the closed source and open source AI models we have now. So let's listen to what he has to say.
Closed source, which means they don't release the weights, the architecture. Not too many things are known about the model itself. So here is a graph which shows closed source versus open source models. In 2022, when the field of large language models was booming, most of the things were pretty closed source. When GPT-4 was released in 2023, it blew the world away. Everyone was surprised, everyone was happy to see the functionality, but still it was a closed source model. Now in 2024, can you see the gap between the open source and closed source model is slowly decreasing? And when Llama 3.1 is released, you can see that it performs at the same level as GPT-4, which is closed source. This is to say that all the information which you need is available right now as open source models. You should just be willing to learn. If you are not sure what's open source, closed source models, what's this Llama 3405B, I'll explain to you about all of these things as we proceed with the lectures. Now, text is one thing, right? There are many other things which generative AI as a field is capable of. There is also a lot of confusion with many people regarding what is generative AI, what are LLMs really. But generative AI is a broader subset and it includes language, it includes video, audio, 3D models, all the things. So, have a look at some of these videos. Don't these videos look incredibly realistic? This video, then this video, the waves video, this particular video. You'll be surprised to know that all of these videos are made by artificial intelligence. These videos are not shot on camera, they are made by AI. This is the power of generative AI currently. Finally, when we work with schools, we have developed our own AI application. So, this is Vizuara's AI application uh, or application on LLMs. Here you can see that there are a huge number of functionalities. For example, you can click on MCQ generator and you can just type in the topic, let's say gravity, and you can click on generate. Now you'll see that within a matter of seconds, the large language model which is powering this application will generate a set of multiple choice questions. See right here. We are providing this application to teachers. All of this was impossible to even imagine just 4 to 5 years back. But now, large language models and generative AI are changing every single thing around us. In fact, what is probably more relevant to all of you watching this video is the global generative AI job market. And just look at this growth, it's incredible. Uh, And this is the projected job market. It's expected to grow about 5 to 6 times in the next 5 years. Generative AI and large language models is an extremely useful skill, and the need for this skill is only going to increase in the future. So this again brings me to the question that if someone wants to learn about large language models, how do they go about doing this? So let's say you go to Google and you search build LLMs learn, which means you want to learn about large language models. There are a number of courses which show up really over here. Now, if you go to many of these courses, you will see, let's say, build LLM apps. It's about app development. It does not teach you how to build a large language model from scratch. Here is another course, Master Large Language Model Concepts. If you look at this course description, right, they don't teach you how to build an LLM from scratch at all. They don't teach you the nuts and bolts. It's a pretty quick course. This is also not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is one course which teaches me the foundations in a lot of detail and in a lot of depth. I want to know about the foundations because I want to build an LLM from scratch so that my skill set is improved and so that I feel confident about giving generative AI and even LLM job interviews. This is what I'm looking for really. I don't want a quick crash course. I want something in depth. Then I go to YouTube and search about LLM from
If
scratch.
you have
This is
question,
the
you
first
can.
video which
If
shows
you
up.
have question, you can let me know. You can ask your question. Ask your question in case you are confused. Just let me know.
Or rather, it's the first playlist. You'll see that there are 18 chapters in this playlist, but
So
each of
what?
these
So what doctor is trying to say is that if you follow some of the things that you can find online, you will realize that there are not too many ways where videos or tutorials where you can learn the foundational history or theories or architecture about building LLM from scratch. And even if you search on YouTube, there are some that claim from scratch, but they are not really on the explaining the real thing. So that's what the doctor is trying to tell you, that why this course will be best for you is that you will be taking this course right from the scratch. So absolute beginner can also get the full gist about this. So that's what it's trying to say.
chapters is again only 10-15 minutes. And again, I'm a bit demotivated seeing this because I'm not looking for this either. I'm looking for a massive, deep technical course which teaches me how to build an LLM right from the very basics. There is Andre Karpath is building a GPT course, but if you look at this course, it's actually quite complex. It's not an easy course at all. He starts right in the middle of a concept, and it's not meant for beginners. And it's just 90 minutes. Again, this is not what I'm looking for. Here is another create a large language model from scratch. But you see the red bar here. I tried taking this course and I finished 3 hours of this. But again, this is not explained well. It's not explained from scratch. I want to make a course which people understand right from the very basics, and none of the courses on YouTube, on Google, are satisfying that need. Luckily, very luckily, I came across this book by an author called Sebastian Rashka. I think it's one of the best books on large language models. I purchased this book, and this is going to serve as the reference material for our course. What I'm going to do is that this is a 408 page book. I'm going to convert every single aspect of this book into a set of videos. I'll probably have 35, 40, or maybe 50 videos in this playlist.
So what doctor is saying that this video that he's doing is also based on this book that is showing us. So this book is one of the best book that you can have to understand a full concept of what AI is all about. So in case you're looking for the book, we also have it in our community, DSN community, thanks to our community leader, Mr. Lekon Olalekon, who made this book available to us in the community. So you can also check um, DSN footer for this book. And you can also join us in DSN footer, but if you are not a Futarian, I think, by the way. So, but if you're a Futarian, yeah, you can also join us in the community and let's take it forward. There are other communities where you can also learn. So DM me, I can share this book with you from the permission of my able leader, Mr. Lekon Olalekon. So
similar to my playlist for machine learning and deep learning. And whatever is given here, right, I'll convert it into video format. So, for example, here are some of the notes which I've already started to make. We'll start covering this when we move to the next lecture. Look at these notes. What I've done over here is that I've built my understanding from this book over here, and to transfer my understanding to all of you, I've started writing on a whiteboard every single thing in detail. Look at this, and I'm trying to make it as interesting as possible and as fundamental as possible. So this is going to be the next lecture, intro to LLMs. So I've finished making the notes for this, and I've finished making the notes for the lecture after that as well, stages of building an LLM. So basically, I'm in the process of making all these notes, but I'm making the videos simultaneously so that I am also motivated and I am also on track. Eventually, this will be a massive lecture notes of maybe 200 to 300 pages, and there will be 50 to 60 videos based on this. You'll learn everything right from the very basics. Nothing will be assumed. Everything will be spelled out. And this set of videos will be perfect for serious people who want to transition to large language models really and want to understand LLMs the right way. Okay, so this is the main idea for the course. Another thing which I want to say is that you might have heard of applications like LangChain. This is a tool which helps you build LLM apps. But again, it's not useful if you don't know how to build an LLM yourself. Many students directly start deploying apps, as I mentioned before. But I personally don't think that's the right way to learn about LLMs. You need to know how to build an entire large language model from scratch. And we'll teach you that in this playlist. Finally, the goal is to equip all of you so that you feel confident in front of an interviewer, right? If you have just deployed applications by cloning some GitHub repository, then if someone asks you a detailed question about key query and values, let's say, or positional embedding or positional encoding, you need to be in a position to say that I have built this from scratch, so I know the details better than anyone else.
yeah, so what doctor is trying to say is that what most people do is that they go to the internet, they copy code, they run it. Once it runs, they call themselves AI engineer without knowing the deep concept about these things. So if you join this amazing journey, we will break it down. So as doctor is doing the video, is explaining, we'll be pausing the video. So I'll be breaking it down to the barest minimum where every beginner can understand, which I will also be explaining. So okay, please speak loud. So he's asking, is this status part of data science? So this is the global generative AI job market, like the prediction that the level at which generative AI jobs will be available. So as at now, I think the availability of jobs is around 352.5. I don't know if this percentage. I don't know how they did this analysis, but you see where if you're a real data scientist, you would have identified some of the lapses in this chart. So we had a lecture in our community BSN Twitter that that centers around data science and something like this. I remember we had to analyze some charts. So I think this chart is lacking something. Let me even full screen it. Let me see. Oh, this chart is really lacking something. Okay, so if you identify the problem about this chart, you can DM me and tell me. Let me see if you can also get it. If you know you are a data scientist and you know you call yourself AI engineer, pinpoint some of the lapses in this graph, in this presentation, in this in this what's it called, in this chat. Present it for me. I've seen a lot of lapses as a data scientist. There's a whole lot of lapses here, which, okay, I throw it open. If you know you are good at data science, let me see the error in this chat. So this is a predictive job market that is likely to be that generative AI job will rise from this point where we are in 2024, which according to this chart we have 352.5. I don't know if it's percentage or if it's millions, I don't know, to um, 1,764.3, which is projected to 2023. So this is just a projection of the job market that will be available for generative AI. So it is just telling you that you should start learning what generative AI are, how you can become an expert in it. So by this year, you will not be left out. You will also be in the job market. So this is what this
That's really going to position you in a different boat than all the other people. So this is the main objective of this course. This is going to be the outline of this course. We are going to follow all the top table of contents which have been mentioned over here, and I'm going to convert those into video lecture formats. And it's going to be an awesome series. It's going to be a detailed series. So if this seems of interest to you, please mention in the comments so that I also feel motivated to build subsequent videos. And as I mentioned, the plan is to release everything, all of this content completely for free so that you all can benefit from it. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lecture where we will cover introduction to large language models and we'll cover all these things what you are seeing in the whiteboard right now. Thanks, everyone. See you in the next lecture.
so thank you everyone. So the next lecture we will also do some more breaks down to it. So goodbye. In case you need that book or you have any question, you can also let me know. So we do more critical explanations with it. Thank you.